what's going on? It's your boy Reggie back with another video today. Y'all already see the title. We got another Omizi video. I love his videos. He does great essays, video breakdowns, whatever you want to call it. I love his takes. But let's find out where everybody's leaving Faze.
I don't care if it's my own brother, bro. You're my brother.
Let me say this though before we get into the video. So Faze has been around a long time, since I was in elementary, middle schools, right? I started watching Faze around then. I wasn't super up into the gaming stuff, but I knew who they were. I was like really watching Adapt Heavy. And then coming around in high school, you know, with the whole Rice Gum. I don't think he was technically ever in Faze, but you know, that whole era when he was hanging around with Banks, that type of stuff, when he was with Alyssa and that stuff was going on, I was really watching Faze a lot. And then, you know, Faze kind of takes them. Faze always has dips and highs of like people that are in Faze, like Tifu and all that. Like, it has people that come and go. It's always been that. And like, I kind of thought like, oh, maybe it's like Faze was like, you know, a group that's just kind of messy, but they still have found a way to come back. No, it's one of those groups that just had, because it's originally, like, the main thing is esports team, so, you know, it's like a regular football, it's like a regular sports team. People come, people leave, like, there's roster changes all the time. So I think they have the entertainment side of Faze and then the esports team. So I think that they always take that thing of people come and go. So
wrong. And brother, everything I say on my mother's heartbeat, everything I'm saying is true. And I just genuinely hope he can confess to it. This dude looks me in my eyes and says, "Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I had a threesome with two 16-year-olds." I'm like, "Bro, what? Like, how could you tell me that?"
We're all face, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
And I don't know what to do or what to say at this point. But
what do you say?
Is, I mean, if it hasn't been said enough already on this call, stay away from underage girls, boys and girls. We have a lot of young men watching this stream right now. It's clearly and obviously not worth it. We're talking about a company and a brotherhood that was built over the course of how long, Rain? 15 years more or less, right? And it's clearly coming to an end, you know?
If you thought Faze was coming apart as it seems before, then man, oh man, this takes the cake. Yesterday, a member of the original Faze group, Faze Rain, came to social media with some shocking news that a lot of people weren't expecting. It was totally out of the blue, out of the random, but at this specific time in the state that Faze is in right now, where Banks is off the internet, Max just left for some very cryptic reasons. To be quite honest with you, this is the last thing that they needed, but the world needed to hear the fact that one of the members in the Faze clan was having sexual relations with somebody who was a child, underage.
I want to put everything to do with me and Faze to rest, bro, because there is so much I haven't said. And honestly, at this point, bro, I don't give a I think I'm going to collect my thoughts tomorrow and I'm going to say everything, bro. Every single thing that I know. And I'm going to collect my thoughts because I have an eidetic memory, so I remember everything and anything. Not only did you guys air me out, y'all mother sold me out, y'all scam me behind my back, and honestly I just had an epiphany about it. It's like, bro, I've not even covered about it. I was just so sad about it for so long. I've been up over that pedo like 2 years, bro. And I haven't said nothing about it.
Now, for those of you who are probably looking at this screen, questionable, that is Faze Rain, somebody who is a part of what the new age era calls the old Faze. This isn't about, you know, Silky. This isn't about Ron. This isn't about Max, Rage, Lacey. This isn't about Jason. This isn't about any of those new guys. But it's about the old Faze, the entire organization, and seemingly some secrets behind dealing with some children. Now, there were a lot of other things mentioned because that old Faze generation, I've been noticing there's been a little bit of bitterness in the water, and some of them have spoken out since, but this is now just Faze Rain's turn to kind of give his take and his opinion on this brotherhood that was established between these guys and what has happened since, you know, him distancing himself, since the changes, etc., etc. And honestly, it doesn't look the best. A video back in 2022 started some of his earlier grievances with the company and the brand itself.
This is a decade-long problem, man, with a lot of legal shit around it. So now it's turned into multiple problems. It's not just the initial problem I had in the beginning. It's a lot deeper than that. And yes, I'm gonna say this now because they're probably gonna try to say, well, he's only doing this because we owe him money and he's mad. They do owe me money, yes, and they haven't taken care of me, yes, and the money that I bought the Counter-Strike team for, it took them 6 years to pay me back, yes, I never got $1 or a brand deal, yes, that's all true. They're gonna say that, and that is a frustration of mine, but I obviously held that in for years. I held that frustration in for years, and it was never the reason that I was gonna do this or speak publicly, because if they just owed me money, I would have handled it a different way. This is a lot deeper than that, and a lot of my brothers don't see the actual issue here. They are being taken advantage of.
But there's two things I took away from that in the research of this video is that one, this group things, there was a big brand buyout from Faze. There was a lot of stuff going on legally. So I can understand how, you know, there might be some frustrations there. That stuff has already been squashed for the most part. You know, I know that there's still some people who are jaded about the situation, but nonetheless, that's not my business. But two, and most importantly, which leads us to this conversation today, is that he's still holding some stuff in. There's still some things that he's not 100% spilling the beans on, which leads us to these pedo allegations.
I wasn't even pushed out. I left. There's a fucking involved too, bro. I don't give a fuck if I get sued. I could give a fuck less. I always stand up for what's right. That was the final straw, bro.
Phew, if it's in your heart, brother, speak it. It's gonna come out eventually. Now, the only issue that I do have with what he said is not by saying the initial name in the beginning. There's a specific reason why, and I'll get to that in a minute. But if there is somebody who is out there touching and messing with kids, let the world know so we can shun them, so we can have the proper opinion on them, so we can understand who we're dealing with in real time. The reason why I did not like the fact that he kind of left it up to open air and interpretation is because, one, there are a lot of members in Faze. My first thought was, who could this be? I went down the timeline, somebody threw out the name like Bronny James, and I was like, what? And then I had to realize Bronny is also a kid, so it definitely couldn't have been Bronny. But nonetheless, I also knew that a lot of people would be very, very mean in this conversation. There's two people in particular that I knew would probably get the brunt of this, and that is Max, because he just left, and then also Banks, because he is somebody who the internet feels very much up in the air about it, especially after leaving the internet after seemingly scamming.
I always feel that about things, but about Banks. But Banks has always just been like a punk rock kid
in this conversation.
So
I am glad that Banks came out and actually cleared this up, because this is a serious
Banks
allegation.
has pure
Even
intentions.
if
I've
you
never
feel
met
like I should feel some sort of way about Banks, even if you feel some sort of way about Banks, yeah, he might have scammed some people. He does not need pedo allegations.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
First thing I'm gonna say in this video is I'm not a. Rain is not talking about me. Yeah, I'm getting fucking spammed in my mentions right now on Twitter, asking if I'm being accused that I'm being tagged in this clip from Faze Rain on Fearbuck. The first thing that needs to be addressed is obviously
Banks gets too many bitches in LA.
Very heavy accusation. It's a life-shattering, life-altering accusation. That's why this is the first time that I'm speaking about it. I have to speak about it now. Norton, pause. You're saying that Faze temper is a, which that is who he's talking about in the clip. I'm like, whoa, that's Tommy, that's our brother. This is who we started this Faze shit with. I'm calling him. That was the first thing I said. I'm calling him, and I'm calling Apex, because apparently this is something Apex is aware of as well. Norton and Tommy, or Norton and Apex are the closest on the team, so obviously if Norton's gonna talk to anybody about anything and be transparent, it's Apex. Tommy's first initial knee-jerk reaction to all this shit was, what the fuck are you talking about? Norton, no, this is not what the conversation was like. You're misremembering, you're misinterpreting. Obviously, Rain is coming back, standing firm.
Banks goes on to pretty much say that after Rain tells him that Temper is this pedo, he then patches in Apex and Temper into the phone call, in which Temper refuses to acknowledge these accusations, says that hey, you're misremembering these things, Rain, etc., and they go back and forth. But hearing from Rain, the person who's calling out this pedo in this situation, it seems that he has a pretty vivid memory as to what happened.
Tommy said this verbatim. He said it wasn't a threesome with two 16-year-olds. Actually, it was a 17-year-old. So all of a sudden now it's 17. One was 17 and the other one watched. That's what he said. And then he started bringing up all these random laws.
First of all, in the court of the internet, if she not 20, she too young. In the court of the internet, if she not 20, it's too young. In the eyes of the law, it depends what state you're in. Most likely in California, 18. So saying 17 doesn't help. You may be saying, you're like, oh yeah, Florida, this state, Maine, this state, this, First of all, in the eyes of the internet, you're cooked, bro. If there's a teen in her age, you're
I don't
cooked.
even know these weird consent laws, like Romeo and Juliet, this, yada, I don't fucking know. And even Banks calls me after, and he's like, bro, what the fuck is like up with that law shit that he brought up? So he knows he did some shit that was wrong. He knows that. It's just, I don't like the denying of it. And I feel like in this video, you're trying to paint me like I'm lying and making shit up and just saying shit to say shit when you know that's not.
You expect the nigga to be like, yeah, I'm wrong. Nigga's trying to save his ass at the start.
Yeah, I saw that. I heard that. That's some weird stuff. But
I mean,
a lot of the Faze group is weird. People were digging up Temper's tweets from 2012. Mind you, he was born in 93. That kind of validates some of these claims in the court of public opinion. I don't know. It's extremely, extremely nasty.
Odd, but I gotta be honest with you. I think it's just like this happened. Like.
Oh, that's a crazy
I don't know
tweet.
the specifics of anything.
Now, there are wild accusations being thrown around the internet. And the beautiful thing about the internet, and I say this oftentimes, is that most of the time, the other person exists on the internet. So we don't have to wait too long to hear Temper give his actual opinions on this or what he's saying. And of course, it's filled with deflections and denial. And not that I'm saying that I've picked a side. I just think that it's very interesting as to how he says a bunch of stuff, and that bunch of stuff has nothing to do with the situation. His first video specifically.
The fact that I'm even having to respond to this and to that my name is in the same breath as the word is so sick, twisted, and insane. This is disgusting. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not that type of person. I am the furthest thing from what you called me.
We're all shit-faced, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
How could you go from denying to admitting all in the same?
In retrospective definition, technically yes. He is one of those Gideon catchers. He is the EDP. Now, in eyes of morality, if you genuinely did not know, I'm not gonna say it's completely on you because you should be drilling this shit. I don't, bro. They said he was born in '93. That would make the nigga 32 years old. 32 years old. You have been an adult for 14 years. You have been an adult for 14 years. You cannot tell the difference between a prepubescent child and a well-off grown woman, like a 20-year-old woman. I don't know how old she told you. If she told you 18, 19, then and you still thought it was okay, then all jokes aside, you're kind of cooked. That's on you, bro. That's on you, bro. That's on you, bro. You're 32 years old. You're a famous public figure. I know girls are young in LA, like trying to just get around. Like 21-year-olds will be outside. Like it's easy to come across. Like if you got money, and you're like, you just hanging out with girls and shit in LA. I know it's easy to come across a 21-year-old. I get it. It's easy. But if she told you she was 20, as a 32-year-old man, I'm not 32. As a 32-year-old man, you should have been like, nah, I'm good. She can't even drink, bro. I don't know how old she told you she was. Or if you just didn't ask or didn't care. But like you couldn't tell she wasn't fucking grown. She didn't have any. You didn't ask why she didn't have no tattoos or nothing. I don't know.
Goes on to give
you could tell if a girl's
extra
grown.
minutes of just story time about how he's a father, he proposed to his girl, etc., etc. Lets me know that he did do these things and he's not owning up to and admitting. But also, there's some things that are important that he left out that don't line up with even Banks' story, like Banks and Rain's story, which I find to be very, very interesting.
I'm going to say about the Tommy situation because he made a video confirming it, but the details did get switched a little bit because originally it was two 16-year-olds and it was a 17-year-old and one was watching, and now a 17-year-old and you didn't know her age. If you didn't know her age and you said that to us at least once, we wouldn't be here, bro. I would not have treated it the same way if you said you didn't know, because that changes everything. You never said
if you didn't know, yeah, if you didn't know.
Not fucking with us. This is news to me that you didn't know.
That's what I'm saying. If you would have told your homies and the people around you didn't know, they would have looked at you a little crazy, but they would still help you out though. Like they would still be like, all right, if you genuinely didn't know, we'll do this the right way. Like we're not gonna condemn you. We're not gonna like, because if you knew, then they're gonna be the first people calling you a weirdo, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you genuinely didn't know, yeah, they would still get on your ass, but they would help you.
Another one bites the dust.
In terms of like just like how to go about it.
And I'm not making some sweeping indictment on them. How this does affect the bigger group and the name and stuff like that going forward is, up to the internet's interpretation. But these are two dudes who have distanced themselves from the group, at least the new version of the group, publicly for a long time. I just think that it's so strange that we exist on the internet with all these people who have been touching and doing stuff to kids. Like, it's been a long time, which kudos to the fact that it's been a long time, because I remember we were going through a stretch of videos on this channel calling out preds. I'm talking people like Dr. Disrespect and the others that were dealing with children that were public facing on the internet. Weird shit like that. But listening to Marcus King's reaction about this situation made me really think about who people should be aligning with, whether it be from a fan's perspective or from like creating content's perspective.
That's why I'm telling you, I'm never, bro. That nigga will never see me in a group because someone else being a weirdo in their own weird time could bring you the fuck down. You don't know what these niggas be doing in their free time.
That's facts.
Fuck no, nigga.
YouTube, Twitch.
Side though. I met Marcus King. I took a picture of him at DreamCon. Let me show y'all. It's right here. I already have it pulled up, dude. Oh, that's some crazy shit I was gonna pull up. Look at this picture of Marcus King I took. Yeah, fire picture. Okay, let's get back to the video.
Instagram, TikTok, social media as a whole has been built off this concept of like idolization, envy, worship, all these other things like that for these figures at the top. People put them on a pedestal, but at the end of the day, not only are they not just human, but they're also some of the worst people in their free time. I can think of so many people over this past year or 2 years that I've covered on this channel talking about the weird stuff they've done in their free time, whether it be Mr. Beast Chris Tyson, DJ Academics, Dr. Disrespect, Faze Temper. There's just so many people that have been outed for doing a bunch of weird shit, and it's so sad because these people are aligned with people who are ultimately innocent, but those people's names will be dragged through the mud. Now, will the internet go on and pass? For sure. The North will remember though, and it just is a message to anybody and everybody who is still out there idolizing anybody, putting people on a pedestal and just not taking them for their entertainment value. One, they're probably weird. You don't know them like that. Keep that parasocial shit in the playground. And then two, and most importantly, watch who you align with. Just watch who you align with when doing your own public endeavors, because their actions can ruin your name and your good faith and your good fortune.
And he did not lie. What I will say on the topic though, just to play slightly a little bit, not really devil's advocate, young women, especially women from the age of 16 to 18, 19, I know this from a fact just from being in like high school, college, just being around them, they will lie about their fucking age. They will lie and not have a single fucking problem about it. Now, as a man, especially a man in a public eye with a lot of success, with money, that cultivates these spaces, and, you know, has women around, you have to do more than bare minimum. You have to do more than bare minimum. I'm not saying like you always each time have to pull out IDs and like have people sign contracts to this and the third, but like you have to have a general sense to be to tell if a girl is above or under 20. You have to have the general sense to know if a girl is above or under 20. Now, and in terms of just honesty, like there are a lot of famous girls though, like that are like, I don't know them personally, I don't know any stories out of them. I'm just saying, like, for example, Alabama Baker, like she's like 20 or some shit. I don't know. Before I say what I'm about to say next, let me see how old she is. She's 19 years old as of September 25th, 2025. She's 19 years old. If you go on her Instagram and look right now, and you didn't know this information, I guarantee you on my mother's life, you would have thought she's like 21, 20 something. 22. Like, and I'm not saying she hides her age. I'm just using an example. Like, imagine if this girl was like a regular nobody that just looked like her, like today, like da-da-da-da, and like, say, because she's only 19, say it was 2 years ago when she was 17, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would not know. So I'm just saying you have to go above and beyond. You have to be aware of these situations. Like, you can tell if a girl is young or not. Like, bro, just ask. Like, I personally don't ask for women their age, but if it's a girl you're, like, I obviously don't want to cuff, you're the nigga with money, status, and all this, bitch, just nigga, ask her. Like, so, how old is y'all? Just ask, nigga. Like, I don't like asking women their age as a gentleman, but, like, there are women you don't need to ask for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to ask. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what I was going with that train of thought. I'm just saying, like, women do lie, so you just gotta be you just gotta be on 10 toes about it. You just gotta be aware of how that shit goes down. Like, especially if you have a nigga with fattest stain, especially in a group, nigga, like, you should be overly aware of that shit, bro. Be like, oh, da-da-da-da. Bro, like, just ask, you can ask simple shit. Be like, what year did you graduate high school? If the bitch really drag her feet with her answers, that means she did not fucking graduate yet. Now, if the bitch, I graduated 2019. Let's say it's 2021 or some shit. Let's say like I graduated 2019, but for this example of this situation, let's imagine that's young. If I would naturally go, oh, what year did you graduate? I would go 2016. I would just go whatever off mine, just older, like a few years. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she has to sit there and think, she has not even graduated yet, and I'm not even joking. But, yeah, niggas just gotta be on it more, bro. Like, I don't understand what actually happened in this situation, but the niggas just gotta be on it more, bro. Like, did you know? Did you not know? Did you not care? Did you kind of know but not care? I don't know. I don't know.